The same old excuses. Sorry, it's been a while. I've been away working up north actually on these festivals. But I'm back. I've got a book review, a little short one. It's not very literary, so I'm going to make it brief. But as you'll know, and can actually today tell by my appearance with this pendant, it shouldn't be visible. I like to keep it under stuff. I don't like to be that guy with the pendant. Anyway, as you can see, I'm quite interested in my Buddhism, so I've been finally getting around to reading The Buddha, Geoff and Me by Canfor-Dumas, I believe, but I don't have a copy of it with me. So, the foremost thing to say about this book is it's probably the most comprehensive introduction to Buddhism I've ever seen. Not that it's simplistic, but that it's written in a way that is wholly understandable. And this has some drawbacks, but I'll first explain why it's so easy to get into. Basically, the story is, as far as I can tell, autobiographical. The main character, Ed, obviously Edward, the author, meets a very blokey Buddhist called Geoff, who is essentially a really humanist representation of Buddhist beliefs. Like, he follows his beliefs in a very down-to-earth, ale-drinking kind of guy. So Ed's having a shit time in life, trying to be a writer one day, which is obviously what links in the dramatic narrative to this autobiographical story, when he meets Geoff, and Geoff basically tries to explain to him all these Buddhist principles, and Ed's incredibly dense about it, doesn't really understand, but then happens to see it through the way he chooses to live his life, dealing with, say, his ex-girlfriend, with his, his attempts at jobs. The way he keeps going to the job agency, I thought would make this a good TV series, so that'd be an interesting thought. Anyway, and dealing with these things and how it plays out. So, the dramatic element is strong. There's Ed's shitty life. There's also the mystery of who exactly Geoff is, what's his background, who are these characters he knows, how this all went together, and it plays out quite satisfyingly. But, as I say, the drawback of this character I just found was that the narrator could come across as quite unlikable, or not wholly appealing, because he has to have these things explained to him 100 times and then realise them for himself. I suppose it's like the hero's journey in a way, but it just does make him seem a bit thick. Because sometimes I would pick up on what Geoff was saying and just be like, well, it's a load of bollocks. And I'd be like, oh, come on, Ed. This is like 200 pages in, you should be getting grips with these principles now. And there was something else, which was, oh yeah, also just he's just quite a depressive character, just having a bit shit time of life. Not really his fault, which isn't very true, but it's my point. So, yeah. A great book for getting to grips with these ideas, because it just is played out in a way that it goes through the understanding of them, not just the meaning of them. So it's almost impossible not to pick up on the ideas, and that is, commendable. I think if you're interested in Buddhism, or in fact if you don't understand it, it's a great book to read. And I can see why it was a bestseller, because it does have that the nice story with that, and I think that is quite a hard balance to find. It does certainly work. But at the end of the day, I would have wanted something with a bit more writing skill. Just the writing style was lacking for me, which is probably what drew it back from being really rewarding read. But I think that's, again, done to the idea of it being these big ideas put down in a very simple way, which is what Geoff personifies. So, yeah, I recommend it. If that sounds appealing to you, check it out. Sorry for my hair. It was crazy, so I put water in it, and now it looks even worse, I've realised, but I already recorded this once with a worse hairstyle, so I think I'm going to have to get over myself, aren't I? Anyway, hopefully I'll do some new videos soon. Thank you very much, thanks to new subscribers, and I'll see you next time.